Hey, I'm coming to you live from Washington National, and I started off as an air traffic controller, not here, but at Boston Center, and I like working from home today, and maybe that would be in the future for air traffic controllers. Let's talk about it. Get ready, air traffic controllers, to work from home. London City is the first major airport to actually do remote virtual tower control. And that is a very complex airport, complex airspace. There are even corporate jets that won't fly into there because of its complexity. And it is the first major airport to be able to be operated remotely. They're going to operate it from Swanwick, another jewel of the air traffic control system at NATS. It's about 72 miles south. It is their en route center, and they're going to run the entire operation from there. They're using the system by Saab, which is the same system that the FAA has up at Leesburg. Kind of obvious that these systems would be efficient, more flexible for the workforce, provide lots of resilience. The FAA seems to struggle with that. They have a report from MITRE that said it was actually be more expensive. I don't get that math. It must be the new math. But it seems pretty obvious that the world's going that way. This is a pretty big airport to do, and we should all as a community start to get behind it. Agility Prime is the Air Force's rapid program for new technologies for flying cars, actually, and how electric vehicles can enter the military space. And a while back, in December of 2020, Joby got the first airworthiness certificate for electronic vehicle unmanned, and this past week, Beta has the first manned electric vehicle for airworthiness certificate. Now, this isn't a full certification, but it does allow them to do flight testing and see how it can fit into the Air Force's mission. Really cool stuff on how to do this, because it doesn't have to use sustainable fuels. It's super quiet, and both of these companies are going to leverage this activity into their airworthiness certificate for commercial operations with the FAA somewhere in late 23. All really cool stuff. Speaking of airworthy, SpaceX didn't blow up this time, so it took off, went into took its just short of orbit, and then came back down and landed, and without a lot of fanfare. So a big step for SpaceX and a big progress towards the rocket activity that will take us to Mars. I have to say, thinking about it, this SpaceX test thing is pretty good. I don't think that we as a society would tolerate NASA blowing up 3 or 4 times in a big fanfare, to make progress. But certainly we let SpaceX do that. We like the big risk and big rewards that go along with that, and we're willing to watch them do it, and it seems to be paying off. So it's a good plan for NASA. Hey, NAS systems are pretty old, but when they get modern, they create new problems. Just look at DVT. As we're looking through the first TACAN, which will be the TACAN replacement for the DME VOR TACAN system, an operational safety assessment was done. Well, these systems, date back into the 50s from a design standpoint, and as they've evolved, they have a little bit of software, just even in a microchip. And now it's come to find out that with that operational safety assessment, maybe the design level assurance has to be more robust. And so the specification right now says design level assurance A. Hey, and we can see that flowing into VORs, into DMEs, into the WASP program, into everything we do. And as such, it's almost a recreation from the ground up about how we have designed the NAS. It looks the same, it feels the same, it'll probably operate the same, but the insurance, something that WASP cracked the code with, something called integrity, has come to the forefront and will continue to come to the forefront in these systems. The FAA has planned an industry engagement that's going to be pretty important. It's in June, and that'll be something to listen to, because this is what progress in the safety is all about, is to have new ways of evaluating things and then talk about it, and that's a good thing for all of us. Hey, and the winner is Miami, kind of headed there right now. And in Miami is going to be the test site for TSA, and have their testing of actual detection and mitigation of counter-UAS systems. Miami is extremely complicated. Urban environment, near the water, lots of airplanes, lots of cargo, so it's a great test site. As opposed to a different view from the FAA, where they're doing non-interference testing. That non-interference testing has lesser size and complexity airports, probably the most complex being Seattle. And it's not really that complex. A lot of big airplanes, a lot of big runways, but not a lot of traffic or complex airspace or things like that. So we'll keep an eye on that, but Miami's a great selection. They're a big winner. Do you like Girl Scout cookies? I like Girl Scout cookies. I like those Samoas. And now I can get them from Kroger Grocery. In Ohio, Kroger is going to do a drone delivery service, and if you package all the right stuff together, you can get a delivery within 15 minutes. And that is pretty awesome. I love getting Amazon, but they have a window of 2 hours, and maybe I can get something within 2 hours, but if I can get my stuff within 2 hours, that's pretty cool. Starts off in Ohio. There'll be another facility test in California, and you can go to Krone Grocery / drone delivery, and you can sign up. I think it'll be a while before it gets to where I am, but that's it's a great start, and we're just seeing this being proliferated around the country. The reason I'm at the airport is I'm traveling, just like a lot of other people. Last week we saw some super heavy traffic with counts of over 1.5 million. Got to remember, a year ago we weren't even cracking 200,000. So this is pretty amazing. And so a lot of people on the road, and it seems to be still on the upswing. There's lots of things coming out of the CDC. They're even loosening things up even more, at least for domestic travel. And so recovery's strong. Thanks for joining me here in Washington National, and we will see you next time.